Alright, Pre must have carried over into the regular, because this was not real game burn, and that pace was consistent the entire night. It was bound for one of them to get going early, and to no one's surprise, it ended up being the Celts. I still expected some sort of rust, but they were not cooling down at all, and the most obvious heater was Tatum's. I'm not a fan of him pulling trays early, but if Jericho Sims is just going to let him walk into those, he might as well, and this was the best start to his revenge tour. Every shot of his was in rhythm, and even when the Knicks started sending two, it was just opening up the swing. If it wasn't that, it was a paint touch, spray out, tray, or an O-board into a tray, or a tray over top, and even on the slightest space, that bitch was going up. They have a tendency of settling from deep once they get hot or up big, and I thought that was going to happen at some point, but it never did, so that's a good sign for them coming into this year. It's just unfortunate they couldn't set the record for most trays in a game, and the worst part about it was them having multiple opportunities on the easiest shots of the night. They had 9 minutes of garbage time to at least make one, and a lot of them were open looks, but the Knicks somehow got the most stops on shots that didn't matter. It was unfortunate those misses couldn't come sooner for them, because their offense was not bad, and their obvious heater was Deuce. He had himself a game, and so did Brunson, but there wasn't enough of that two-man game between him and Towns. I'm assuming it's because the Celts put Holiday on Towns, and with Brown being on him, they didn't want that switch. The Celts would have been comfortable with Brown guarding Towns, so that was a smart matchup tactic, and that's something Joe Mazzulla does well. In the finals, he put Tatum on Gaffer to take away the Mavs PNR, and the Mavs couldn't punish him for it, but Towns could have in this one if he had gotten even more post touches, because he was killing inside. It still is just the first game at the end of the day, so I'm expecting that chemistry to continue developing, and even more so, I'm still expecting 3D to remain the scariest arena in the league. Just watch the tape.
Wow. Tatum again laces it.